like, I've never, like, written or played a riff like this.
Cool. Well, I'm either on the right track or the completely wrong track.
I want to say, too, I don't know if this was intentional, but I love how...
And we're back.
One of my favorite Super Nintendo games growing up that I rented a bunch of times was King of the Dragons by Capcom.
Ooh.
And it's kind of like a D&D, not like Final Fight-ish, like combos, but basically it was like, an attack, special move, jump game, kind of like a fantasy beat-em-up. And they had a bunch of characters, like a wizard, and a warrior, and a cleric, and whatnot, and the very first stage, oh my god, has a drum solo just like you have. Like, literally, it sounds so similar to it, and has, like, such a similar length of time, that I was like, oh my god, does Brian know the game King of the Dragons, or is this coincidence?
In this case, I have to admit it's coincidence. I have actually never heard of that game until you just brought it up.
Interesting.
I mean,
unfortunately.
Nowadays,
I bet I'd enjoy it.
So simplistic, but I love the music to it. It has probably some of my favorite music of, like, any game.
Interesting.
Okay. Wow. All right.
Yeah. Oh man, I love that game. Oh.
King of the Dragons, you call it. It's called.
By Capcom.
By Capcom. All right. King of the Dragons. Has anybody in the chat played King of the Dragons? Let us know. Yeah.
So hey Ty.
Yeah.
Did you start a new?
I did.
Okay.
I did.
So it looks like live restart. Okay. So I got to click on a new.
Navigate over to the new one. Yeah. I don't know why, but sometimes when the stream, instead of just reconnecting to the stream that that it should do, it will just sit and spin it, reconnect forever and ever and ever, and it makes me start a new one. So that sucks. But we're back. We've got a new one, and we're here again. So,
and I'm off. Hang on. Now I'm out again.
Oh, Brian. Brian and Aki.
Brian,
Yeah.
Oh, I was just going to say, Brian. I don't know if you like the music. I don't know if it's not like super complex or anything. But if you get a chance, listen to the OST on YouTube. Like, I think there's really only 25 minutes worth of music. But oh man, a couple of the levels. Oh, I just love the music. Yeah.
What did you say it's called again? I'm actually
King of the Dragon.
King of the Dragon. King of the
Dragons.
Okay, and it's a Super Nintendo game.
Super Nintendo game. It was originally, I think, an arcade game. It's like a side-scrolling beat-em-up fantasy game.
All right, I'll look into it. I'll check it out.
Yeah. Let us know in the chat if anybody else has played King of the Dragons. I actually haven't heard of that. You know what? That will be a game that we'll have to add to our list for the Carcade when we do when we go on tour. Whenever we're allowed back to go on tour. Good Lord. Oh man. So Aki, people in the chat are talking shit about your home decor. Like, are you like, come on, Aki, that picture's awesome. I don't know what people are talking about. Come on.
Oh, Joe.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really have much home decor. Like, I have a few.
Listen, I take care of the home, as people can see in the stream. I take care of the home decor for pretty much everybody in the band. Like everybody else has got blank walls. I mean, my thing is just to throw shit everywhere, all over the walls. So.
Well, I mean, if you want to see the clusterfuck that's above my desk for 1 second.
Oh, Aki's giving us a virtual tour real quick, though. Hold on.
I mean, I have the pig jumping into the pond here.
Yeah.
It's a little hard to see. Oh man, it's a little hard to see the stuff on the side, and then I have like a 18th century German painting. But yeah, I don't have too much, honestly.
Yeah.
What's the pig jumping thing? What's the deal?
Yeah, there's like a pig jumping into a pond. It's by this German artist, Michael Sala, has kind of, I don't know, weird, whimsical, surreal paintings.
Huh.
All right, sounds funny.
So
Johnny Earls, hold
here's
on real quick. $2 from Johnny.
all right.
Everybody drink. Woo! Thank you, Johnny. Delicious.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Brian. Show us your wares. What are you
Yeah,
selling?
this is the clusterfuck.
What do you buy?
This is a clusterfuck that's above my this is my workspace, so to speak. It's just shit all over the wall, but it's not very feng shui at all. Here you can see behind my router, my Lords of the Trident. Maybe if I can get it.
Oh yeah.
Employee of the Year award. Yeah, no, I mean from a designer point of view.
We'll talk about your next performance review.
Yeah. We'll talk about it at your next performance review.
Best of luck in the next fiscal year. It's a complete clusterfuck from a feng shui kind of decorator's point of view, but it's all stuff that makes me happy to look at and keeps me motivated and inspired, and I think that's more important.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, who's got their sound on? I'm hearing repeats. Aki, is that you?
It's a complete.
Huh?
Do you have your sound on?
You need to mute the YouTube stream.
You gotta mute that YouTube stream.
I wasn't having any issues before.
Yeah, you gotta mute that YouTube stream, buddy.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's okay.
It's because I opened a new, had to restart it.
I see.
Okay, now that shouldn't be an issue.
Okay, weird. We got a weird question in the chat. Ty, where do you get your decor from? It's basically a clusterfuck of a bunch of different. Like Brian, I also have a quite the clusterfuck here. All of the hey, look, Michi's on the floor. Hi, Michi. How's it going? But all of the posters in the back here were procured from the Midwest Gaming Classic. We've got the Mortal Kombat over there, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and Arkanoid 2, except for the one in the center, Surf Ninjas. Surf Ninjas is one of my favorite dumb movies of all time. If you've never seen Surf Ninjas, oh my god. It's amazing. It's horrible in the best way possible. It's like, like a kid's movie that's just I love it. And Michelle had a mint condition Surf Ninjas poster from like a friend who worked at a movie theater. Stashed away in her basement, and she was doing some cleaning, and she found it, and she gave it to me as a joke, not knowing that I love Surf Ninjas, that Surf Ninjas is one of my favorite movies of all time, and she unrolled it, and I'm like, and she thought it was just going to be like a joke, like, ha ha ha, look at this stupid movie poster, and I just went ballistic. I'm like, how did you get this? Where did you get this? This is the best thing I've ever gotten. Oh my god. So.
You see it in the theaters too?
Yes, I saw it in theaters. Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
And that was, if memory serves correct, that was, Ernie Reyes Jr. was fresh off of like TMNT 2 when he made that movie, so he was kind of on a rise, because he was pretty badass in that movie for like a side character.
Yep. Well, and Ernie Reyes Sr. was in that too. It was father and son together. It was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And then there was Rob Schneider.
Was he wearing one of the Turtles costumes?
Or
were you talking? Are you on Surf Ninjas again?
On Surf Ninjas, I mean.
Oh, okay. All right, my bad.
So, yeah. So Surf Ninjas. The rest of the stuff, the rest of the crap, all around here, it's just kind of a hodgepodge. You see a bunch of the like little perler bead stuff. Heidi made all of those, and they're awesome. The Sapporo sign I got from the person who cuts my hair, actually. She used to run a restaurant. Let me turn that on. So, yep, there you go. There's the Sapporo sign turned on. I'll turn it off. But yeah, I don't know. I've just collected a bunch of crap. And then over here, of course, is my wall of Mega 64. Just every poster I've ever gotten from Mega 64 right over there. So yeah, that's my basement.
I just stare at those posters while like recording at your house, and like some of them are disturbing.
Yes,
But
yeah,
that's like what I have to deal with when I'm recording.
yeah. It's a lot of them are inside jokes, and a lot of them are kind of weird.
Kind of really weird.
Yeah.
They're
Um,
hilarious though.
Ben asks, "Is anybody writing new music?" Oh, Ben,
Are we?
you know
We
us.
literally, like, before this podcast, Ty sent out a new, like, alpha vocals for an idea Brian had.
Yep, yep. We've got, as it stands right now, we have something along the lines of I want to say like 12 demos for new songs. And of those 12, let me take a peek at my whiteboard over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, 8, 8, let's say 8ish have lyrics written, and I think three or four of them we're starting to perform live. So yeah, we are like very very much writing for the new album, and Aki's got like 7 or 8 or 12 or 14 new songs that he's got kind of racking around in his brain, right? I'll take the stoic silence as a yes.
Wait, huh?
All right.
I was saying that you got 14 new songs that are just rolling around in your brain.
I have a few, but yeah.
Blink twice if you're being tortured.
Sorry.
Aki, did you fix your video card yet?
No, I'm planning on finding something tomorrow, but that's
Okay.
why I'm not looking directly at my monitor.
So for those of you who are streaming who are not in the know, Aki's computer is kind of broken, and his video card especially is broken, and so everything that he's been displaying is at like 800 by 600, and so our faces
That's
are
like
just
on a 24-inch monitor. Yeah,
yeah, and so our faces are just a big garbled mess of pixels,
yeah,
and he can't stand to look at us.
eye strain is real, so I'm kind of looking at a healthy thing in the distance.
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, we another question. Oh my gosh, John Hoban says we're too sober, and I'm actually out of this beer, so I'm gonna get another beer. Somebody asked, are we gonna record Valerie for the next disc? Because I did put a a behind the scenes version of Valerie with my vocals on it. Brian, you wanna talk about that a little bit and say what the impetus behind that was while I go get a beer?
Yeah, 1 second. I'm gonna give you guys specifically a throw off Valerie version. Let me see here. Hang on 1 second. Yeah, so here's Valerie. I'm gonna put a link in the chat, and you're gonna all be like, "What the fuck?" And that's okay. So no, it was we love our '80s music, obviously, and there was definitely one we were playing. It was some Milwaukee show. And on the way home, we were cruising like.
Oh, sorry
Kinda
to
up on
interrupt,
that
but Johnny just gave us another $2. Everybody
Yes.
drink!
Oh.
Yay!
Cheers.
Woo!
We were listening to Valerie on our way home from Milwaukee, and Ty was singing along and just talking, just kind of as he does, offhandedly mentioned about how he thought this would be a cool song to do in a Lord style someday.
Yeah.
And so yeah, a year or two later, 3, I finally got around to working on it. So
Awesome.
and we got to add some gallops and some sweet picking, and draw out that chorus a little bit more, because that's really like the memorable part of the song.
Mm-hmm.
Like I actually played it for Andrea, and she didn't know what it was until the chorus finally hit, and she's like, "Oh, okay." Like she didn't recognize the rest of it.
Yep.
But
Yeah. Aki, I can't remember. Were you the person who initially brought up Valerie with Steve Winwood, or was that me?
That was you, but I found that different version on YouTube that I feel like is better than the
Right.
the 80s edit one or whatnot.
Right.
Oh yeah,
Right.
because there's like an 82 and an 87 or an
Yep.
84 and an
Yeah.
87 version or something
Yep.
like that. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
The one
Larry!
has a little more drive.
$3 from Larry. Larry, this one,
Hey, thank
this
you.
Paxi Imperial Stout goes out to you. This is Hinterland that I'm drinking right now. Delicious, delicious. Thank you, Larry the Steadfast. Um, yeah. Yeah, I love that song. I don't know. It's such an earworm, and Steve Winwood is very underappreciated, I think, generally. But oh, that's your box there, there, Brett.
Yep. Yep.
Yep.
Oh,
the
your
monkey.
wine box.
The
Yes.
link I put in the chat a few minutes ago is a song called Valerie, but by the Monkees. And believe it or not, there's actually some pretty good guitar work in it.
Really?
Yeah, if you go to the guitar solo, it's only a 2.5-minute song, but if you go to the guitar solo part, there's actually some like old school noodles in it.
Huh.
That are pretty cool.
Oh, Haley Carlson, $2. I don't know what I'm donating for. Woo! You know what you're donating for, Haley? Every time anybody gives
I
any
think it
amount
says Harley.
Oh, Harley, Haley. I've drank too much and I'm mispronouncing names. So anytime that anybody drinks, or anytime that anybody gives a super chat, we all have to drink. So here we go. To Harley, yes. You know, I think we've waited long enough. I mean, I think it's time for America's favorite podcast segment of the entire show. Ladies and gentlemen, even though Aki's monitor is broken, even though he can't bear to look at us, it is still he is still a machine with his cat pictures. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Aki's cat picture of the month. Boom, there it is. Cat picture for April. I'll put a link in the
I
chat.
think
Just
because I'm like,
go ahead, Aki.
well, I think it's kind of funny because I'm like not looking at the monitor. It looks like I'm like, you're a psychologist. I'm like reminiscing. I'm on the couch and I was like, being like, ever since I was a child, I had this image in mind. But no.
All right, Aki, tell us about this cat picture.
I feel like although this cat picture could be like, a cat picture for October, I was like, oh no, it's too perfect with the weather and whatnot. Like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Like, who doesn't love to have a pile of leaves and then to dump their cat or dog in the leaves and then take a picture?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and then just like the tabby stripes and the leaves, it's so perfect. And this cat, his name's Bandit, and like, oh, the confidence in his eyes.
Yeah, he's ready to take on the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, but first he's got to get out of this pile of leaves.
Yeah.
Well, Aki,
this is a guy that does the full like bacon and eggs breakfast. He doesn't, do like stale bran flakes with soy milk.
right, he doesn't skip.
He's ready to conquer the world.
He lives life to the fullest. Bandit.
Yep.
Excellent. Well, Aki, thank you for that amazing cat picture. I'm gonna bring everybody back
Yeah.
up. That was incredible.
I don't know. Also, is Paramedic Joe on the chat?
I don't know if. Oh, Maddie. Oh no, Maddie donated 99 cents. Everybody drink to Maddie. Yay!
It begins.
I think it'd be a little funny if like, like terrible but funny. Sometimes I can have a little bit of a dark humor, and I think it'd be kind of funny if like one of us died from alcohol poisoning, and it was the final donation that did it was a 99-cent donation.
we're just
It's
sitting
just
here. And we're
like, he couldn't have had that last shot. Someone donated 99 cents.
Yeah. Speaking of shots, one of the things that we've got coming up, or I should say, I guess I've got coming up. I'm hijacking the Lords of the Trident channel for this, but on May 2nd at 8 p.m. Central, I'm going to be running quarantined karaoke And the general gist of it is we're going to be raising money for the WHO's COVID-19 relief fund. And I have a bunch of songs that I have categorized by difficulty. So there's some easy songs, there's some medium songs, there's a bunch of hard songs, and then there's a bunch of like songs that will make me look really dumb, like Spice Girls and Boys to Men and Backstreet Boys and all that sort of fun stuff. And we're going to be running a live stream, and basically people will donate in the chat, in the super chat, and donate to have me sing a song of their choice. And they can also donate a certain amount to have me take a drink, and a much higher amount to have me take a shot. And we'll just basically go until I'm too drunk to stand, or until we've run out of songs. So that's the plan.
What could go wrong?
What
Ty
could
has
go wrong?
alcohol poisoning.
and John Hoban is in the chat. He said he was the one who suggested the touch, singing the touch, and Aki and I love that song, so of course I had to add it in. I'm gonna tell you right ahead of time here, John. I'm not 100% sure I'll be able to do it justice, but I will do my best to do that. So. And the Boys to Men song that I'm going to sing is I'll Make Love to You.
Oh, nice. Are you going to do all the harmonies in that song?
Yes, all at the same time. I've been working on my Mongolian throat singing, so I can...
As long as it's in the overtone series, you're in good shape.
Oh, there's another one from Pat. Pat's Punk Playhouse. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much, Pat. Cheers. Everybody drink. Ooh, this is starting to hit me now. So yeah, I'm excited about that. The last the opera live stream that we did was received really well. I mean, man, people, it was probably our most streamed event ever so far. So I mean, like it went really well, and I mean, everybody's stuck in their houses with nothing to do, so let's give them something to look at, I suppose. Aki, did you know that the Midnight did a stream, like a live stream thing for COVID-19 relief?
Really?
Yeah, you should check it out on YouTube. You'll probably have to stand like 5 feet away from your monitor to view it, but
Right.
It's called One Beating Heart. Look up One Beating Heart.
You know what's funny? I will. I'm going to write myself a note to check it out. I was just going to say now I can't help but giggle when I listen to Midnight. Like I was walking to work today and I was listening to the Midnight, and I can't help but I keep imagining Tara Nelson from Scar Symmetry that night going, "Oh my God, I fucking love the Midnight."
I know, right? That was one of the highlights of NAMM. So for the people who
What is that? What is the Midnight? Oh, it's just some band Aki and I listen to. I fucking love the Midnight.
Yeah. So for people who haven't caught any of our prior streams, we were at NAMM, which is the National Association of Music Merchants in Los Angeles, Anaheim, technically California, and we all had me and Aki and Brian had an Airbnb together. And one night, I think it was night number 2 or 3. Oh my God, we got 2 of them. Jinx, Valentine, and Maddie.
Whoa.
This one's for Jinx. Everybody drinks.
Thank you.
And this one is from Maddie. Ah. Thank you, Maddie. So we were at NAMM. I think it was night number 2. And we ordered a bunch of pizzas. And then there was a knock at the door and we open it up and it's Pierre Nielsen from Scar Symmetry, and I'm just sitting there like, "Hi," and he's like, "I heard you have pizzas here," and I'm like, "Pierre Nielsen, we have whatever you want. Come on in, my friend." And we were sitting there and we were talking, and I was doing this this interview thing with a bunch of the musicians and YouTubers, and I was, Pierre Nielsen's kind of shy, and I was trying to get maybe ask him a few questions for this thing just so I could get him on the video. He didn't seem all that, like I showed him a sheet of the questions ahead of time, and then on the sheet I also had a list of people that I wanted to try to meet up with, and I know that the midnight usually comes to Nam, so I had on there the midnight, and he goes, what is this the midnight that you have in here?
Yeah.
What
He's like, what is down here? What is this?
what is this? And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, it's not anything. Yeah, but is that the midnight the synthwave band? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, I fucking love the midnight. It's so fucking good, man. And then Aki was over in like the other section of the room. I'm like, oh my god, Aki, come over here, Aki. Pierre Nilsson, can you say that again for Aki? He's like, I fucking love the midnight. Oh, we got another one, Josh.
Yeah.
Josh, cheers, Josh.
That fucking provided the
All right, Josh.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. We will.
Thank you.
So, I'm Ty. I'm guessing you're probably getting to this, but
Yeah.
You posted anyone who might have questions for us,
Yes. Oh.
and I'm guessing that's coming up. But Josh asked if one of us was available to give guitar lessons, and the answer,
And
the answer is yes. I have still been doing almost all my lessons via Skype or Facebook Messenger or Zoom or what have you, and Josh is going to have his first lesson with me tomorrow.
All right.
Nice.
So
Go, Josh.
we hooked it up. We're going to do it. And so anyone else out there, if you're interested in taking a lesson or trying something, feel free to reach out. Let me know.
You can reach out
Can I have
on.
one?
No, get good.
Damn it.
Yeah, okay, so I posted a question on the Facebook page. I'm just pulling this up right now. That we had our TRIDENTcast coming up, and I wanted to get some questions from the peoples. So, all right. Josh asked that. We also... Okay, Joe Brogy.
Complete. Okay.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, side note, when like Pierre Nelson from Scar Symmetry came
Hey,
to,
Aki.
yeah.
We're pinwheeling again, I think.
Oh, okay.
Or we're frozen, it looks like. Or at least maybe you guys are okay.
Looks good
Yeah,
to
Ty's
me.
voice sounded really funny for a second. He was like, like that.
Yep. Hold up. It's
Talking about the stream. The stream is frozen.
oh, Jesus Christ.
It's kind of
Come on.
trying to fix itself. Oh,
I think it's coming back. Hold on. I'm trying something. Come on.
I hear typing.
Okay. Oh, it's back. Yes. Yes. Good.
Ty,
Good.
when I heard the typing, I thought you were going to pretend you're in like a late '90s hacker movie, so you can go da-da-da-da-da. I'm
Yep.
in.
I'm in. Haha. Good. I'm in.
Hack the
Oh
world.
yeah, how's this firewall for you?
Oh, Jesus. Okay, hold on.
almost back.
Almost back.
Oh, his video's back now.
Okay. Yep.
Yep,
It
there you go.
Charter, what the hell did I increase my why did I break quarantine to go and give you more money every month if you can't give me consistent upload? What the hell is going on? I got brand new modem, I got a brand new router. What do you want from me, Charter? I just want to hang with my dudes. I just want to hang. And you're not letting me hang. But anyway, we're back. We're hanging now. So, okay.
I was just going to say the Pierre Nelson thing made me think of like when you have like a puppy or a kid or some kind of pet, and you want them to do a trick or something, and you're like, ooh, here's this ball, do this thing, and Pierre Nelson was there, and we're like, ooh, we have this nice in-tune Strandberg guitar. Do you want to play? And he didn't want to play.
Yeah. And Aki was convinced that in order to hang out with Pierre Nielsen, you'd have to walk up to him and he'd be like, before you talk to me, here, take this guitar and play one of my solos. And I could be like, no, wait, no. So, okay, so one of the questions, Joe Brogy had a question. He said, what's it like to play without a sound guy? Uh, I don't want to name the place, but somewhere between a pentagon and a heptagon. That's what he said. So,
The last gig we ever played.
the last gig ever. Yeah, right. We should have been in this weekend. We should have been in Chicago and Kalamazoo, hanging with Doug James and Monique. But alas, we were not. So that because of this whole thing. I will say I don't know. Why don't you guys want to take this? What's it like playing without a sound guy?
Oh, we got a super chat.
Matty Bay! We got a super chat. Hey, cheers.
Oh,
Like with our kick-ass.
oh, sorry. I'll let you go.
With our kick-ass in-ear monitor box that Patreon backers and super chatters help us pay for, the sound to us is not terribly different night to night. We have all of our things set up so they're pretty much the same, and our monitors are the same in our ears every time.
Yep.
Difference is what it sounds like in the house.
Yeah, before we had in-ear monitors and before we had the whole system that we set up, it was night to night and venue to venue. It would be a complete crapshoot. Some nights we'd have pretty decent sound. Some nights we'd have terrible sound. Some nights we'd have no sound. And the, and when we sat down and talked about it before we got this in-ear box, the main problem that everybody had night to night was I can't hear myself, or I couldn't hear you guys, or I think I played okay, but I wasn't sure what you guys were playing. It was all very variable. Now that we've got the in-ear box all set up, we pretty much night to night hear everything pretty much the same. And we've also set it up so that if we run into a situation like at, the Hexagon in Minneapolis, where there wasn't a sound guy because they fired him the night before and they didn't tell anybody, we can actually run. We have a mix set up that's running to our live stream for our behind-the-scenes Patreon backers. We also have that mix sent out to a pair of microphone cables that we can just plug right in. We call it the Drunk Sound Guy mix, where we can just plug that in and we can just pan channels 1 and 2 left and right, and that alone should be a pretty okay mix, like generally for most places. So, it's not an ideal situation at all, but we can make it work because of everybody's support for the people that are super chatting and on Patreon and all that sort of stuff. Speaking of super chats, Johnny Earls.
Johnny strikes again.
Johnny strikes again.
Ty, were you a bit surprised?
Be right back. I'm gonna drink. New
All
drink.
the musicians and people involved in music that were there. Like, really, you and I were the only two people that kind of had any idea of what to do
Yep.
in that situation.
I was
more so you, but like.
Well, I guess I was a little surprised that nobody else really knew what to do. But I will say generally, unless you have had experience doing sound in the past, there's a big difference between plugging in a guitar amp and playing on stage and actually like running a mixer and figuring out how to mix a full band. It's a different set of skills.
I do get that. It just seems like you have to have at least some experience, like going through the process of being in a band to like have dealt with a mixer, dealt with like what you have to do to get your sound. I don't know. Maybe I've just been in more of those situations where those are required, and maybe it's not as much so. But it was just kind of surprising.
Yeah, it was definitely surprising. It was one of those things where it was like I wish that I would have thought that more people would kind of know what to do. That being said, I do have some degree of professional experience. Oh, Harley again, and oh my gosh, I am out again, so I'm gonna have to get another one. And Aki apparently is getting another one too. But yeah, I have some degree of professional experience. with running sound, especially running monitors, because I was actually a roadie for a while, working with bands like Steppenwolf and Bachman Turner Overdrive and that kind of stuff. And I kind of learned the ropes by doing the bigger concerts, and it all just sort of translates into smaller concerts too. That being said, I wasn't very good at it, but that being I've been in that sort of seat before. Aki, we just got a 666 donation from Harley. I'm gonna go get another drink. I'll be right back. You guys talk amongst yourselves.
Got it.
Well, it's running sound, whether it be, I think, sound or monitors or what have you. It's something that you have to get a lot of practice at. And
Yeah.
obviously, it also helps a lot if it's your own gear and you know how it all works.
Oh, yeah.
Because,
That was
and then things are hooked up the way you expect them to be. Because as you go from club to club, most people have their own ways of hooking things up, and many times it's not very intuitive or very sensible. And so you're kind of left to your own devices to get to the bottom of it and figure it out.
Which is exactly what that club was like. Which
Yep.
which is, kudos to Ty on that, figuring it out. I mean, yeah, I feel like I have a decent understanding of how things work for like a normal soundboard, but yeah, going into like a chaotic mess where it's just like none of this makes sense. This board has like numbers that don't correspond to the actual inputs. So it's
Yeah.
like,
I wish I would have taken. I was so like, I guess frustrated and angry and just exhausted at the time. I wish I would have taken a picture of the snake, the stage snake, because of the 16 channels that they had on that snake, like 10 of them were literally caved into the box. I mean, it was crazy. It was
It
nuts.
was Minneapolis's finest.
Oh man. So yeah. All right. So we need to. Well, actually, let's get through the rest of these questions, and then we'll get to America's second favorite part of the podcast. So that was for Joe. Okay. How did you meet your spouses or partners, and do they ever go on tour or go to performances? And this may be a little spicy, so you can choose to pass if you don't wish to do so. Brian, I can hear you every time you type. It's like thunder. It's like. Brrrr.
Yeah, mute, jerk.
Oh,
Really? Dang.
Oh yeah. This one's to Maddie. Yay, Maddie! Thank you so much. That's an amazing emoji. Yep. All right. Well,
I used
who wants to go first? Me start.
you start.
Okay. I met my wife Heidi in college in Japanese class. I actually also met Aki in college in Japanese class. So the thing about Japanese
Freshman
class,
year.
what?
Oh no, I said freshman year.
Freshman year. The thing about Japanese class is that at UW-Madison, Japanese class for the first 4 semesters was 6 credits a semester. And that's a lot of credits. And so we had 8 classes a week, and you basically needed to study for at least a couple hours every single night, 5-6 days a week, or you were not going to pass this class. Not at all. Hey, John Hoban, $4.99 more wine. It's wine time.
Yeah.
Thank you, John. Oh my gosh.
Sweet berry wine.
Sweet berry wine. That's about it. So Heidi lived in the next dorm over. Aki lived in my dorm. We all got together and we would just study and study and study and study, and that's kind of how. That's kind of yes, and I'm 100% a weeb. Yeah, thank you, Pat.
And
Yeah.
you and Heidi been together since pretty much sophomore year, right?
Yep, pretty much. Yeah. So.
What year was that? Do you remember?
We started college in 2003. And
Wow, okay.
Heidi and I have been together since 2004-ish. So,
Okay.
2004,
Dang,
2005.
all right.
Yeah. Heidi just said 2005 over in the corner. So, and does she come on tour? No, because I would not want to subject her to that. The sleeping situation on tour is always in flux, and it's always like sometimes we get amazing places to stay with amazing people, um, and we all bring our own blow up beds, so we always have at least a pretty decent place to stay. But the general cleanliness of the area that we're staying is could be anything. We stayed in some of the best places we've ever stayed in. We've stayed in some of the worst places. Um, I'm a shower fiend. I shower after every show, no matter what, because I'm just covered in sweat at the end of the night. And there have been a couple places that we have stayed where I would forego a shower because the shower was so bad that I was like, I'm gonna get dirtier taking a shower.
I won't say a name, but remember Ty, the one person in our band that we stayed with,
Whew,
and their plastic bath mat, which
whew,
is transparent, was like
black.
brownish black.
Yeah. So I, and I mean honestly, uh, going and doing the shows are super duper fun, um, and and I love doing them, but it's not a easy, it's not an easy like situation. It's a lot of rough times. So the people that come on the road with us, Michelle and Larry and all those guys, I mean, they they kind of know what's going on. Generally, they know what they're in for. I would feel bad about bringing Heidi into that situation. And Heidi just said she doesn't want to go. She loves seeing us in town, um, but
I mean, I don't think anyone in the band has had like a spouse or girlfriend come out to more than like one show when we've had like three in a row. I think the only one I can think of is Brett, your ex, when we went out to Colorado.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So okay, I'm done. Aki's
Also,
the single man in the group, so he
I
can't
know,
he
that
can't
crazy.
speak to it.
Yeah.
Go, Brent.
I was going to say also Mackenzie came with us in Europe.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Yep.
So yeah, I think Europe was the exception.
Europe was a
Where-
different animal. Yeah.
Everybody except Andrea ended up on the trip with that one. So
That's right. Well, anyway, I met my wife, Alyssa, like kind of at work. We had different employers, but we ended up working in the same room in a weird way. And what was the other question? Does she come on tour?
Yeah.
She's done merch for us a few times, but I don't think she's been on tour other than Europe.
Sure. Okay, Brett, you're almost married.
Almost. And she's next, so she can call me out if I'm wrong. But no, I met Mackenzie at night out with one of my best friends who came to town. His best friend's girlfriend's sister, Mackenzie's roommate. So they lived in Minneapolis. You guys know Mark.
Yep.
He's been to a few of our shows. They came down to hang out, visit his girlfriend's sister, and we went to their apartment and hung out, drank, played games, went out to some bars. And yeah, we just kind of hit it off, and I got drunk enough and confident enough to give her my number at the end of the night, and it kind of went from there. So I missed an Uber because of it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's real love.
Yeah.
That's your love.
Is this love?
But yeah, I mean, as we've already alluded to, I mean, obviously she was our merch person in Europe, but that's where I proposed to her, so that was my request and kind of a necessity given the situation.
Yeah.
But yeah, she comes to shows all the time. But I would agree that probably she won't come on many more tours, if any.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that was a situation where we had beds to sleep in every.
Yeah. Mostly.
Mostly, yeah.
Mostly.
Call those beds.
I mean, it's not easy being on tour. I think the not knowing, having the kind of uncertain like sleeping situation immediately makes it difficult.
Absolutely.
Well,
Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
also something we don't think about is we drive around with someone like Michelle, who is literally like one of the guys.
Hmm.
So putting up like one of our spouses, another girl, to drive around in a car with 5 other dudes for a week, it's a little rough on them.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah,
Yeah.
when the whole van smells like ass man Schauser.
there were times where like I gotta pee. Let's just pull over on the side of the road. She's like, I gotta pee. What the fuck?
Right.
You know?
Right. All right, Brian, you're up.
Maddie is asking, can I come on tour? Yeah, you might not have a real good time, but yeah, sure.
If you like,
You might not come back.
if you like a stinky van, then yeah, for sure, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I guess now we have video games, but
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, we mainly just we listen to music, and the guys they have some funny topics they bring up, and we talk about it.
Oh yeah, all of us have the funny topics. Yeah.
Yep.
You're just the
Yep.
bystander there, Rocky.
I go along.
We have questions for you.
Yeah.
We're all guys here. Come on.
We're all guys here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Brett's catchpraise.
Yep.
Well, hey, we from one of our collective questions, we came up with a wonderful name for Ty's bitters drink. So
Ooh. Oh
we,
yeah,
we
yeah.
will forever be indebted to Aki for that one.
Yep, for sure.
I met up with Andrea. It was a night before Thanksgiving. Usually Wednesday nights before Thanksgiving, it's a gigantic bar night. The kids are home from college. Everyone's out at the bar because everyone gets the next day to like sleep it off, or whatever, have a big meal. So yeah, Andrea and I crossed paths at a bar in Monroe. We were both back in town at that point. That would have been 2006. And yeah, we traded numbers, and things just kind of went from there.
Cool.
She has come on a handful of trips, but generally no, she's not available or has other plans or things like that. That is also the reason, for full disclosure, the reason why we are doing this tonight and not next Wednesday is because it's actually our 9-year wedding anniversary.
Yay!
So, not that I wouldn't love to spend it with you guys, but I'm gonna spend it with Andrea instead. Sorry.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. I suppose. In the chat,
Just livecast your whole anniversary.
Yeah, why not?
I'll send you some super chats. That'd be great.
Right.
From the chat, Schwarzenmoors. I'm still waiting for the Southwest tour. Yeah, we're still planning on that. That's still in the books.
That's not a question, Schwarzenmoors.
Yeah. I mean,
we're still planning on going to there.
yeah,
Yeah.
we're doing in December. Oh, Maddie got another one.
Yeah.
Another one. Ugh.
I'm on the
Cheers,
wild
Maddie.
15 now.
Yep. I am currently now drinking the Diablo Belga, the Belgian style from Ale Asylum. It's a 9.2%. It'll get you drunk. It's pretty great. So,
Brazil.
Yeah.
Guys, let's go to Brazil.
Brazil. Oh my God. Yeah. I mean, sure. If somebody can set it up and pay us a lot of money to do that, I will absolutely do Brazil.
Brazil.
I could bring along people that know how to speak Portuguese. We'd be
Wow.
fine.
All right, last question. I think this one's for me. Best DAW and interfaces for the home studio. Interestingly enough, I have a video coming out, not this next weekend, but the weekend after. Not this Friday, but the Friday after, about the way to live stream professionally, like music, not specifically this. Pat gave us another $2. Thank you so much, Pat.
Oh,
Everybody
man.
drink.
Competition between him and Maddie and Pat has started again.
Oh yeah. So in terms of DAWs, in terms of digital audio workstations, things to record your music with, I have a preference for Pro Tools just because I've been using it for so long, and the reason that I use Pro Tools is because the people that have been mixing our albums also use Pro Tools, so it makes sense for me to work in the thing that they're working in, so that I can make their life easier. They don't have to convert between this and that. But I will say, Pro Tools is really freaking expensive. I was lucky enough to get a educational discount since I work at a university, but it was still like, I don't know, $400 ish to buy the license. Uh, and if you're looking for a DAW that you can afford, Reaper is technically free. You can kind of technically evaluate it for forever. That's what we use in our recording when we record our bootlegs. When we go out on tour, we use Reaper. I will say a full license for Reaper is only $60, and it pretty much has almost all the functionality of Pro Tools. In terms of interfaces, I really like the Scarlett Focusrite, the 2i2, the 2i4. I have the granddaddy of them all, the big guy. I've got the 18i. There it is. I've got the 18i20, and then right underneath it, I've got a Motu 8 Pre. I've used the Mark of the Unicorn interfaces.
Jesus.
Oh, Haley. Oh, thank you. I did it again. Harley, I'm sorry. I keep calling you Haley. I did it again. I'm sorry. Harley Carlson, you are amazing.
Yeah, he's throwing up, Maddie.
I've been a fan of the Mark of the Unicorn interfaces for a long time. I used to have a Motu Ultralight. I've got a Motu 8 Pre. Both of those run over FireWire, which you can't do anymore. Oh, there's another one from Maddie. It's on, Pat. Drink up, boys. Oh, man.
My God.
You're going to kill us. Well, Aki, one thing that you can count on is that, alcohol kills coronavirus, right?
Right? That's what I keep saying about my bachelor party.
Seriously, last time we had this, I was up for like 2.5 hours afterwards trying to sober up.
Yeah. So generally, right, anything that you, pretty much any digital audio workstation. Oh, you like that one, huh, Brian? Yeah.
No, it's John.
Oh, John! God damn it,
my
John!
God.
You are the best. We love you, John.
Why did I grab the wild turkey?
Aki, you really need to do beer instead of like hard
I
whiskey.
mean, I started with beer, but I always
You run out.
I went sound like an old person here, but I always feel like kind of bloated when I have beer, so I prefer to just do straight liquor.
I understand.
Switch to wine.
Yeah, but okay,
Not
so
loaded.
so
It's wine.
I will say any digital audio workstation that you feel comfortable in is the one for you. It's like operating systems. Which is better, Windows or Mac? It doesn't matter. It's what you feel comfortable in, right? So if you feel comfortable in Reaper, use Reaper. If you feel comfortable in Pro Tools, use Pro Tools. If you use like Logic or PreSonus or Studio One or whatever, just use that. In terms of interfaces, though, there is a difference between a $150 M box and a Motu 8 Pre or Focusrite Scarlett. I think the Focusrite Scarletts, for the money, that's the way to go. The preamps are really, really nice. They're really, really clean. I like them. So anyway,
Yeah.
Johnny.
I mean, that was the one that back in the day, like Misha Mansour was always repping as the Focusrite.
Yep. Johnny Earls, $2. Thank you, Johnny.
Oh my God! All right.
Cheers. Yeah, I really do like those. So, okay.
I use the 2i4. I got that right here on my desk, so it makes it easy to see.
Oh no, Grin!
Maybe.
Let's all get
There it
hammered.
is.
Oh my God!
And you can see the Axe effects in the background there. And as a big Apple guy, I mainly just use Logic.
Oh
Granted,
Jesus!
most of what I'm doing is more like demo type stuff.
Yeah, it's so good.
But I feel like I've worked out a system and it's doing pretty well. I wouldn't say I'm putting out pro caliber sounding audio files, but I think it's good enough for what I'm up to.
Maddie gave us yet another super chat. Maddie, to you, thank you. You're gonna kill us all. It's great. Keep it coming. Let's all die tonight. It's gonna be fantastic.
I'm like looking at the screen. I can see how red I am.
Yeah, I know. You know, if you fast forward or if you rewind the live stream, you can just see Aki like getting redder and redder over time.
Yeah, I get really freaking
All
out.
right, let's not waste any more time. Let's get to America's second favorite part of the podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh!
Perfect.
You
That was our best
better.
one yet. You better.
Oh,
Brett, what better you do?
hi, friends.
Oh, it's a puppy.
Yeah. You know something that we've been dealing with lately? That white dog that I've shown all of you before, Ellie.
Yeah.
She's a serious shedder. I don't know how many of y'all have dogs out there. I know Brent has a dog, and that's about it. But dudes, invest in a vacuum that can handle dog hair.
Okay. I got to interrupt you real quick. Pat gave us another $1, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody's got a drink.
Oh my god.
Lords of the violent vomiting.
All right.
But no, seriously, like, I can't tell you how many times I vacuumed my house. And if I didn't, it would just literally be covered in hair all day long. I mean,
Right.
granted, we have 3 dogs, so it's a little crazy. But if you have animals, you should really invest in a good vacuum or some sort of cleaning system to handle all the hair. I don't know, Brent, you have a long-haired dog. Does she shed?
She sheds like fucking crazy, and it sucks that all my clothes are black. But my trick is I have a robot vacuum, and it runs every night while I'm sleeping, and it fills up its butt every night with hair, and that's how I stay sane.
Does yours work well?
Fucking amazing.
Oh,
It's my favorite thing I own.
Alex Cruz gave $5.01 saying, Valerie! So everybody, drink me.
Whoa.
Cheers.
I'm not the same drunk I used to be.
Boo. Boo-doo, boo, boo, boo.
Well, that's good to hear, because I've heard, like, good and bad. A little bit more good, but
God damn it, Johnny Earls gave another $2.
I want a robot vacuum really badly.
Well, I have mostly hardwood floor. I can't speak to carpet very well, but mine is great.
Right now we have mostly we'll be switching to a mix.
Yeah, give it a try.
But
Give it a try. I love it.
for all you animal folks out there, I'm sure it's a no-brainer. It's the only thing that came to my mind today, so that's what I wanted to talk about. Because I bought a new vacuum again because my Dyson died recently.
Oh no, your Dyson died?
Well, it was a Dyson stick. I had it for like 4 or 5 years. I don't know. I assume with the amount of animal hair and dust and dander that gets picked up in that thing, it just gave up.
Yeah. The Abhorn Studios in the chat said robot vacuums are always good until they run over a dog turd.
Or a human turd. Any turd, really.
Do you have that issue in your house, Brent?
No,
You
there's
pooping
no
on the
turds in my
floors?
house.
You have a turd-free house?
I do. I have
think
modern
our-
plumbing. It's great.
I think our feed might be wonky right
it's
now.
it's up. It's going kind of back and forth. It's getting there. It's coming back up. Oh, man, I tell you, I don't know what I need to do to upgrade this frickin' stream to get it working. It's still like running. It's just in the red right now, and I don't. Man, I
No
tell
footing
you,
at all. Impossible to walk in this muck.
I tell you. All right. Well, anyway, we're working on it. We're working on it. Trying to drunkenly. That's not how you spell that. Get it back up. Not like that, though.
Should we put bets on to see if Aki actually falls asleep?
Aki said, "Okay, there it is. It's back now." Coming back up. All right. So, cool. Well, I'm glad you have that experience with vacuums. This has been a really great podcast.
Yeah.
No, you're not glad that I had that experience. Just being nice. All right?
Well, I will say I used to have a robot vacuum like Brent, and I did like it. I think I just left too much shit on the floor, and then it just sort of, I could never trust it. I'm like, is it gonna run over this and eat it and destroy it? Like, can I leave my controllers out? You know, this was back in the day when controllers had cables, and you never did worry about them. And now you don't know anymore.
I just pick up my house. That's how I get
Yeah.
it to work.
um. So okay.
I told Ty at the beginning before we went on the air. I finally got around to starting Breath of the Wild. So
Yeah.
goodbye life. I'll see you when I'm done. I guess.
Yes, sir.
That game is ridiculously addicting.
Yeah.
Your goal is
And I just started. So I'm sorry. Say that again.
I said your goal should be to have it done by the time the second one comes out.
I kind of love how many coworkers I've seen on their breaks with a Nintendo Switch playing either Breath of the Wild or the newest, what is it called? Animal
Crossing, yeah.
Heidi is playing Animal Crossing literally right now over in the background. So,
is it actually a decent game? Seems like a kid's game.
Yeah, you know.
It's supposed to be relaxing. I heard it's good.
It's relaxing.
Andrea loves it, and almost all of Andrea's friends love it too.
Yeah, it's, you know.
Those Thai responses are the best.
What else has everybody been playing? Because I've finished a number of games that I can talk about.
Well, I've been mostly busy and haven't been playing a ton, but recently I go in these stints of like playing a game, taking a break, playing a game. I'm back into Red Dead Redemption again too.
Oh, okay.
So that game's been pretty fun. I mean, just like that open world thing, and like the story is still pretty interesting.
Yeah.
It's kind of cynical to say this, but it's like satisfying just going into this random town and just start like killing people for no reason.
Okay, Brett's going in the back of the van.
No.
It's satisfying to just randomly shoot people. There it is. There's our quote of the night right there.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's going to be the tagline for this TRIDENTcast. Okay. Well, cool. Good. Speaking of randomly shooting people and killing things, John Hoban asked Doom Eternal, and yes, I have finished Doom Eternal. Oh no, Maddie! Another $3 from Maddie.
Oh my god.
That's not what I'm drinking out of at all.
So yeah, you're drinking out of the bag. You got to go for the bag, man.
Yeah.
So I finished Doom Eternal. John, here's my review.
No spoilers, Ty.
No spoilers. I liked Doom Eternal. It took a while to grow on me. When I played Doom 2016, I loved Doom 2016. It was so good. The music was so freaking amazing. I mean, it was so metal. And I was really excited for Doom Eternal, and it just was. I don't know. It seemed like they tried to cram too much into it. There's like 500 different, power ups and progressions and blah 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 blah. It was just like, it was almost like, the paralysis of choice, and so it took me like a good, I don't know, probably a good 6 hours to really start to go like, okay, I'm having fun. This is good. It felt like a chore for a while, and I'll be honest, I put it down for a bit, and tried a couple of other games, and I came back to it, and I finally kind of got into it. So not as good as 2016 Doom, still pretty fun. The storyline makes no sense whatsoever, no sense at all.
Well, it's just interesting. The reviews I saw were really positive for the game, but I'll just have to try it.
Yeah.
I kind of love when I was watching the trailer and he appears on the deck of that starbase or whatnot, and he grabs the gun from the guards, and I was like, oh, it made me so happy.
Yep.
Hey, Brian, if any of you ever played Skyrim? Brian,
God, yeah.
I have not, because I live under a rock.
Oh my
Like
god!
I'm just getting around to Breath of the Wild 3 years later or whatever, right? So,
Yeah.
what is it? Is Skyrim available on PS4?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Skyrim is literally on everything. You could get it on a graphing calculator.
it's not on my.
Like I can't. I cannot wait for them to get over the Elder Scrolls Online and move on to the next actual game. All the Elder Scrolls things are both.
Abhorrent Studios in the chat said Morrowind is better than Skyrim. Just my opinion. I would actually agree with that. I
Never
liked I like Morrowind better.
I mean, Morrowind was before Oblivion, right?
Oh yeah, it was like 3. I
You know what's
spent
funny? I've encountered a lot of people on Reddit that say that too. That they said they really feel Morrowind was really, really good.
I jumped into Elder Scrolls starting with Morrowind, and I spent like 247 hours just on Morrowind. Which like at that time was for me was an unheard of amount of time to spend on a video game. I mean, it was absolutely insane. So the funny thing too, funny story, right? That sort of relates to something that we were talking about earlier. The moment I knew that I needed to propose to Heidi was I was right in the middle of Oblivion, and I was like 60 hours in, and it was getting good, and I was just playing it, and she calls me up, and she's like, hey, you doing anything? I'm like, oh, I'm just playing video games. She's like, can I come over? I'm like, yeah, okay, cool, yeah, sure, all right, so, like, I save, I close out of Oblivion, I tidy up the apartment, she comes over, and she's like, hey, can I ask you a question? I'm like, sure, what? She looks at me, she's like, could would you be willing to play Oblivion so I can watch? And I'm like, wait a minute, I'm sorry, I think I just had a stroke. Could you say that again? And she's like, I just really would like to see you play. I was really interested the last time you were playing it. It seemed like a cool game. I wanted to watch. And I'm like, oh my god, I love you so much. And yeah, so we played Oblivion. And the day that Skyrim came out, we took like 1 or 2 days off of work. Like we planned to just take vacation days, and we had like a Skyrim day. We played it all day. It was awesome.
Well, I think that's a good sign. Of like, anytime someone wants to not just share an interest with you, but like someone that just like enjoys being with your company.
Oh yeah.
And here I am just playing my guitar like an idiot.
There are some times I'll like sit down to video games, and Mackenzie's like down here doing something. Like, what do you want me to play? And she'll like give a suggestion of what she wants to watch, which is like, yeah, cool.
Yeah. If you guys haven't seen the YouTube channel Girlfriend Reviews, it's pretty funny. It's like video game reviews from the perspective of like the girlfriend that's watching it.
Nice. I mean, like I've always said, like, I think it's a really good sign if you're in a relationship and it's not awkward if neither you have anything to say. Like, that's okay and normal. And like, if it's as simple as like one of you's playing a game and the other's watching, like that's great.
Right. Yeah.
I think my friend Dan put it really well. He's like, sometimes when you're with someone, like you're not going to have anything to say. Like just being in each other's company is fine.
So yeah, Skyrim, Oblivion, Morrowind, all rock. I finished Doom Eternal. That was great. I finished the remake of the original Resident Evil. I've never played through the whole game ever.
Oh wow!
And I finished it, and it was great. I loved the remake. The remake was fantastic. I did the remake of Resident Evil 2 a couple months ago, and that was great.
I'm a little sad to hear the remake of number 3 was okay, but not great.
Yeah, that's what I've heard too. So I'm kind of waiting for that to drop.
I heard it's way too short.
Yeah. I finished. What else did I finish? I went through. The first thing I went through was Black Mesa. Akhenatum. Hope to return to Patreon and work when COVID is over. Now drink up, lads. Everybody drink. I'm out of drink, so you know what I'm gonna have to do? I'm gonna have to get the accursed the accursed bottle. Hold on 1 second.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's right, Dad. You thought you knew me? Well, guess what? I got some cold cock whiskey, Dad. Yeah, that's right. This one goes out to my dad who never came out to my art show. Oh, man. I love the taste of cold cock in my mouth. It's great.
Hey, I just want to say, yeah, don't worry. I really appreciate you tuning in to us. It's awesome that there's so many people on Patreon, but I think I speak for all of us when I say, no, I feel really honored that you're just, you're watching us now, just shooting the shit.
Yeah.
I think a lot of us are lucky to, I feel lucky that I'm able to work right now, but, definitely don't feel any pressure. I don't think, anyone that is a fan of us, I don't really, whether you're a patron or not, that's totally cool. I really appreciate the drink. Thank you.
Absolutely. Now is a really weird and rough time, and just the fact that, right now we've got 24 people watching us. The fact that anybody is watching us is still to this day still blows my mind. So
Yeah.
if you can't afford to do Patreon right now, that's absolutely 100% fine. It's not a requirement. It's really we're absolutely astounded and amazed to have the support that we do. We're actually the #1 most funded unsigned metal band, I will say, on Patreon.
Whoa.
Which is crazy, which is nuts, and the fact that we have the fans that we do, it's amazing.
Yeah.
So don't feel bad about it. If you can support us on Patreon, that's awesome. If you can throw us a super chat every once in a while, that's awesome. If you can't do either of those, that's fine too. Just show up and send us a message, and tell us to keep doing what we're doing. We'll keep doing it. So yeah.
I joke a lot of times that and I am, fairly introverted and whatnot, but it really does, make my day when we play a show and someone comes up and says they really enjoy our music or whatnot, or
Yeah.
I had someone stop by and ask me if I could really quickly show them how to play a riff for one of our songs, and I was like, yeah, sure. And I actually felt really honored. I was thinking about it for the week after that. And,
It's awesome.
for me at least, the money is cool, but it's not something I really care about. It means just a lot to me to have people show interest in what we're doing.
Right. Speaking of money that you don't care about, Kayashi, Michigan, Kayashi, Michigan, Kayachi, Megan gave $10. That's a heckin' dank doggo. Also, NSA is always watching. Cheers to you. This one goes out to your dad who never supported your art shows on cold cock whiskey, man. Oh, that's terrible. Oh my God, why am I doing this? It's so bad.
Speaking of money you don't care about.
Oh, that's the worst. Okay, for those of you who missed the last podcast, right? I bought these terrible whiskeys, Cold Cock and Chicken Cock. It was a cock whiskey challenge. They were $5. This whole thing was $5. I'm like, how bad could it be? It's horrible. It's really, really bad.
It's 87 cents bad.
Oh my God. So yeah. All right. Other video games that I have finished. And then there goes Larry. And then there goes Larry. All right, here you go, Larry. This one's for you, Dad.
Jesus.
Oh, it's so bad. Oh my God. Why? Why do I do this? Ah! Oh God. No, I love cold cock. Sorry. Anyway.
I like watching your dog watch you drink, Brett. That was pretty funny.
It's just a lot. It's judging you.
She's more entertained than I am. So
agree.
So I just finished.
God.
I just finished this game called The Messenger. So Devolver Digital was having a sale on Steam, and there was a one that I wanted to check out called The Messenger. I would highly recommend this. Brian, I think you would actually enjoy this a lot. So the whole gist of this is it's like it's a really difficult platformer, kind of in the style of like Ninja Gaiden.
This one.
Okay.
And the gist of it is like you're a time traveling ninja, and when you travel, and you can travel forward and back in time. When you travel forward in time, the whole like terrain and all that sort of stuff changes into like Super Nintendo graphics and music, and then when you travel back in time, it's Nintendo graphics and music. So
Whoa,
it is
that's pretty cool.
it's awesome, and the music alone, I bought it for $10. The music alone is worth the $10 because like hearing the difference between the Super Nintendo generated 16-bit music and the 8-bit music, like the way that they composed it so that it made sense both ways, just incredible, just amazing. And the game itself was
Awesome.
really fun. It was like a 20-hour game. It was surprisingly long. I thought it was going to be
Right.
a short one, but yeah. So Resident Evil, Doom Eternal, The Messenger. I finished Fez, which I'd never played. I probably didn't finish all of Fez, but I finished that. Yeah, I've been busy.
I can also add that I'm a huge Diablo 3 fan, and so about a week and a half ago I finished the Diablo 3, the most recent season. So
I'll be
season
right back.
20.
You guys keep talking. I'll be right back.
Like every few months, Diablo 3 they do a new online season, and it's basically a whole list of tasks and things to complete. And so yeah, and completing the season is fairly difficult. It's doable, but it definitely takes some time. So I did that. Was kind of done, and then looking for other things. I've watched Andrea play Breath of the Wild, and I'm like, oh my god, it's so big, it's so crazy. I actually get a little turn in my stomach when I see Link like fall off the cliff or off the top of a tall building. Like, oh my god. But yeah, I'm into it now. I found Kakariko Village. I'm just a little bit past that. So yeah, super addicted. Goodbye life.
That's exactly how I got hooked. Mackenzie literally, so when Mackenzie plays games, she's one of those that has to do everything that the game has to offer.
Okay.
And she literally printed out like every single shrine, every single everything, and like had like basically a folder of papers that she would check off as she went through in the game. So like that
Wow.
kind of set the tone.
Okay. I mean, that's yeah.
I'm back.
Well done.
I don't know what my percentage done is on that game, but still, to find all the seeds, I think there's like 9, almost 1,000 of them. Yeah.
I found 8 so far. So moving on up.
Oh, on Breath of the Wild, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not gonna find all this. I mean, if you do, it's a. Hey, Heidi, how many seeds have you found in Breath of the Wild? Heidi found 700.
Holy shit!
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
But you know,
There is a video
Damn.
of a guy that goes and finds every single one of them.
Heidi loves Breath of the Wild, like, you know, deeply. So.
That's my shit.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Mac, you and Heidi should hang out and like talk about Breath of the Wild.
Oh my god, we could definitely do that. Let's do that, Heidi.
Yep. No, we're talking
Andrea
about Breath of
was
the Wild, Heidi.
Andrea was the queen of side quests.
Yeah.
She spent a long time doing side quests.
Oh,
and
Harley. Sorry, one more
It
time.
took her forever to actually finish the game.
Thank you. I got a refill.
Very necessary.
Harley, this cold
Very
cock is for you and your dad. Who
Thanks,
never
good
came
night.
to your art shows.
I wish you luck. Oh, you have the expansion as well.
We have not bought the extension yet, no. Or the expansion.
Oh God, that's so.
The expansion or the extension.
If you ever do the Master Sword extension,
Brent, thank you again for the Costco whiskey.
Sure thing.
It is intense.
All right, well, guys, I think we're probably nearing the end of our night. Is there anything? Here, a couple of things we want to leave you with, everybody that's listening. First, there's a doggo on the screen, so leave him with the doggo. Second, there you go. Oh, he's wonderful doggo. Second, we have got a live stream coming up where you can make us drink again. Saturday, May 2nd, quarantine karaoke. We're raising funds for the COVID-19 relief fund. Come in, stop in, make us drink. Make me drink, I should say. Make me sing a song on the list of your choice. And we're gonna raise some money for a good cause. It's for a good cause. A lot of people showed up. Yeah. So that's a good band inside joke there. Inside joke there. So we got that coming up every Friday through the month of April and May. Every single Friday we have a Words of Fang video coming out. That is a quarantine special for everybody. Normally we do them once a month. Now we're doing them once a week, baby. And we've got a couple of real spicy ones coming up featuring Craig Anderton. I'll tell you the titles of two of them. Glenn Fricker is Wrong is the title of one of them. And Rick Beato is Wrong is the title of the other one.
I like Rick Beato.
Yeah, but he's wrong. Very, very spicy video coming your way very soon. So
yeah, nice little Max Headroom. You have a little nice Max Headroom moment there.
Yeah. So
in the audio, yeah.
So check that out. If you haven't yet, I mean, everybody who's watching tonight is probably subscribed to the channel. But if you haven't subscribed yet, hit the like button on this video, and please, 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 please subscribe to the channel. We are so damn close. If you look at the YouTube subscriber link at the top of the video, that we're so damn close to 8,000 subscribers on YouTube. And, you know, we're doing our best to get it up to 8 to 10 to, you know, the sky's the limit, basically. Yeah, so that's coming out. We've got a lot of extra stuff coming. We've got some live stream coming. We have been posting a crap ton of stuff on the Patreon, patreon.com/Lords of the Trident. We posted a behind-the-scenes demo today. I'm going to post a behind-the-scenes demo tomorrow. We've got some sheet music that came out, courtesy of the Baron. Yeah, and we're just trying to survive in these weird, crazy times. I hope everybody else is safe and happy and healthy and surviving. Yeah, go Aki.
I do want to do a shout out. I really appreciate Jinx saying that this band is helping through some dark times. Forever, Lords of the Trident Army member. Like, I'm really honored to hear that. Like, I just. Man, I have a lot of, you know, down days, and it's nice to, like, be able to have, like, music or whatnot that you listen to, or band that can, you know, make your day. I know for me, like, I have, you know, maybe we can talk about sometime, but, you know, some go-to albums and whatnot that, like, I always listen to if I'm having a bad day. So, thank you.
Yeah, thanks everybody for supporting us, for watching, for being here. There's 26 people watching this. Again, that's crazy to me that you know, people give enough of a crap about us to actually tune in and do this and send money our way to have us drink cold cock whiskey. So thank you so much.
We're talking like none of us are taking our clothes off.
Yeah, I know. I mean, you know, we for the right price, right? I mean, in podcast. Oh, yeah. I love how Brett moves it over to Mackenzie. Beautiful.